I'm going to show you today how I make my chocolate banana cake. It's an easy to make cake, nothing too complicated. And it's also a vegan cake. Now, the reason I came up with this cake was for a friend of mine who has an intolerance to dairy. And I think it's great to have a few cakes under your belt that are universally appealing to people with different allergies or dietary requirements. So to this 325 grams of plain flour, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. And I also want a teaspoon of fine sea salt. Just give those a little stir together. And that's the dry ingredients done. How easy is that? Now, on to the wet. So I have got 3 bananas here. It's best to use really ripe bananas, you know, those almost grossly overripe bananas. I often keep, every so often I'll pop them into the freezer, peel them and put them into a freezer bag. And that way when I want to make this cake, I've got a stash of them in the freezer, and they're also great for smoothies in the morning. There's only 2 food things that I can't really eat, and that is bananas with black spots and avocados. I know I should. Bananas even taste better this way, or so I'm told, but I just can't do it. So using an electric mixer, I just want to mix these to a mush. Takes no time at all. To this, I'm going to add 125 mils of vegetable oil. Use any flavourless vegetable oil of your choice. And then I want 125 mils of almond milk. I've got 50 grams of soft, light brown sugar here. And the same again of castor sugar. The light brown sugar really helps with the caramelly flavour, which I'm sure you know goes so well with bananas. And this also helps with that. It gives it a depth, a smoky caramelly depth as well, with some maple syrup. That's 2 tablespoons going in. And then I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Now this is a very important ingredient. You will not taste the vinegar, but without the vinegar the cake simply won't rise. This is what activates the raising agents. So I can just give this a mix together. And then it's just a matter of pouring the wet into the dry. Mixing those in. At this stage, if your cake is looking just a little bit too thick and not quite at a dropping consistency, you could add another tablespoon or 2 of almond milk. Now, this is going to vary slightly depending on the size of your bananas. two cake tins here that I have just lined the base with some parchment paper. I'm just going to split my batter between these two loose bottomed cakes tins. So my cakes are ready for the oven. These will take about 25 to 30 minutes in a 180-degree oven. My cakes have cooled and I have some chocolate I have melted over a pan of boiling water. I'll just remove that and let it cool just a little further. So for the frosting you will need a can or carton of coconut cream. Put it upside down and pour off the watery part. You can of course use coconut milk for this. Just keep it in the fridge until so that it separates and the liquid bit will be at the bottom and the thick creamy coconutty part at the top. And it does, again, just like the carton, open your can upside down so you can get rid of the liquid. You can keep that liquid to use as a flavour base for many dishes or smoothies. I'm just going to switch to a whisk here and just break this down a little. It doesn't take much. I have 150 grams of icing sugar here. This does need to be sieved. I hate sieving, but it's necessary here. Stir that into the coconut cream. I'm just going to whisk it now gently until all lumps are gone. Now time for the chocolate. This is really good. Dark chocolate, 125 grams. Splosh of vanilla. And just whisk this until the chocolate is all incorporated. That's it. My frosting is done. Just use a little of this. It's on the whisk for the base. Stop everything moving. And there we go. Spread that around the base. So we'll just set that on top of that, and you put it dome side down so I have a nice flat surface to work on. So we'll just add the rest of the frosting on top. Spread that about. I'm so looking forward to this. And that is about as perfect as someone as bad at frosting a cake as me is going to get it. I'm so looking forward to cutting into this. so good. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, turn on the bell notifications below, and please subscribe.